your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us, the fantasies. No one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. Open up your brown book, baby. Open up your brown book. Open up your brown book, baby. Look, open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us, the fantasies. No one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us, the fantasies.
Open up your brown book. What's up? Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Shay Baby. Welcome back to another episode here at the Brown Book Series. Y'all know what's up. It's Wednesday night. It's 7 o'clock. The Brown Book Series is on. Call your friends. Let them know what we do. And tonight, I have a very good friend of mine, honey. She's a real friend of the show, baby. I come to Chicago and just show out with her like all the time. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up to the author of contemporary romance, honey, with a little queer twist, honey. She is like #1 in all lesbian romance. I absolutely love it. My friend, Miss Kelly Farmer.
Hey. Hi, Shay.
Hi, Kels. How are you, darling?
I'm fabulous. Thank
You're
you
fabulous.
for asking. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. Hey, Renata, what's up, Kaiser? How y'all doing? Hey. Come on in. Hi, Mama Tari. What's up, boo? It's like evening holler.
Good evening. Well, you know, it is almost Halloween.
Girl, do you like Halloween? Is like Halloween one of your like faves?
I like Halloween. I don't do a ton of dressing up for it. I have no reason to, honestly, but I always think of good costumes, you know, like, oh, it would be fun to do ...
Did you honestly? But
you know.
Okay.
I like the candy and the candy.
You just do a lot of candy.
We do candy.
Okay. I do candy too. I'm a candy girl. I like those the little Halloween candies, like the little, was it candy corn?
Oh, the candy corn. Yeah.
I love candy corn.
It's just such a strange little thing. It's like you eat them and you're like, is this good?
I like strange little things, Kelly.
Yeah.
Well, I prefer strange big things, but strange little thing. She's like, oh my God, here we go. I'm gonna be nice tonight.
We're starting off with a bang.
That's what we do. You already know how we get
I know that's how we roll here.
That's how we roll here. Now, Kelly, tell us a little bit about yourself outside of the literary world. What is it like in a day in the life of Kelly Farmer?
I think, you know, I know other authors come on here and we all say authors aren't actually super interesting people because
all say the same thing.
Because we sit in front of computers for long stretches of time telling other people's stories. So I kind of fall into that category. I enjoy being outside in nature. So this is a great time of year in Chicagoland to see all the leaves changing colors. And so I try to get in my walk every day. I try to cook healthy food, or at least
cook healthy food.
Well, my attempt is to, you know, cook as much as I can and not just throw stuff on a plate and microwave it.
Yeah.
Because that's just real easy. So I try to cook healthy. I enjoy. I love dogs. So
everyone loves dogs, Kelly.
But I really love dogs.
Me too. Like, I'm telling you, listen, I wish Scooby wasn't 100 pounds. I just want to pick him up and take him everywhere with me.
You need like a backpack to like.
Yes, I do. And I thought about that. But he's too heavy. I can't even pick him. He's way too heavy. So I had to do like road trips. My husband today was like, let's go across the country. I was like, who's going to watch my dog? Because I can't go. There is like a plaque on my wall when you walk in my house. If my dog can't go, I'm not going.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I had 2 labs, and
they just a chocolate lab.
Oh, the best dogs. And they, they just love to go with you everywhere.
Yes.
Like I would run to pick up food and they would look at me like, well, we're going with. And I'd be like, okay, you're just going to sit in the car.
They
But
don't
that's
care.
what they wanted to do.
That's what they want to do, and I'm here for all of it. I'm like, okay, honey, let's come on. I get upset. Like sometimes I leave in the morning. He's just like laying there. I'm like, you tired of me? Like we're not going nowhere. Then he'll just get up, and yawn, and be like, okay, girl, come on.
Fine.
That's what he do. I'll be like, really, a hot mess. But
Yeah.
Kels, are you from Chicago, or you just live there now?
Yeah, no, I'm born and bred in the suburbs, and I've moved a lot, and I've lived in many areas around Chicago and the actual city. So it's home. It's my home.
Okay, all right. Ever think about moving in there, anywhere else, or?
Oh, every winter, every single winter.
Where do you think you want to go? If you could
every
just
single winter. Excuse me.
if you like, okay, I want to just go somewhere and just be. Where would that be?
Oh, well, I've almost moved to Oregon like 3 times. So I think,
Oregon?
yeah, like the Portland area.
Oh, I love Portland.
Yeah, I love it out there. That's towards the top of the list. I like Northern California and Southern California, so I
Okay,
would take either. Yeah.
okay, that's kind of cool.
It usually just is a place that has more temperate climate, like where it doesn't get 20 below or 100. I kind of like in the middle. So that's my goal, is just to find good weather. And
Okay, all right, I get you on that too. Midnight Ace from Midnight Ace Book Bars checking in. Hi, Midnight. What's going on, Auntie?
Hi.
What's going on? We're here with Kelly Farmer. How we speaking all in Kelly's business. Now, Kelly, being an author, like, how did you know that was your jush? Like, you was like, you know what? I'm gonna write me some books. I'm gonna be an author, honey. That's what I want to do. Like, did you always want to be an author, or was it something later on in life that you was like, oh, I think I could try this?
Yeah, honestly, it was something I've always loved doing. I just love telling stories. And when I was a kid, I liked to write stories about like kittens and puppies and unicorns, very, very kid stuff. And then, when I got into my Barbies, it was like the drama of the Barbie world.
Girl, okay, Barbie and Ken, honey, that was my first. Was that my first reality show?
Yes, it was. They were literally. It was like Melrose Place.
Yes. Oh my God.
It was, because it was like, how much drama can I put these dolls through? And I put them through the drama. And so I did that, and I in like junior high, I wrote the most hysterically bad teen romances. Like I still have all of them because they're super, super entertaining. They're terrible, but
So
they're
did
just.
you ever think you're gonna maybe do like a little YA or something, kind of like freak them up a little bit and then put them out?
Not these. No.
No.
These are like, like a 10, 11-year-old girl writing teen romances of like what I thought it would be. And this was like the late 80s. So everything is very ridiculous. And for some reason there was always like the hero of the story always punched some guy, like, because there was always like the jerk. So the jerk always got punched, and they're terrible. I love them though. And then for a while I thought I was going to write historical romance because that's what I like to read.
Nice. Who's your favorite historical romance author?
Oh, wow. I mean, Ms. Bev has to be like up there. Just has to be up there for someone I would read now. Right. I loved reading Regency romances when I was young.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I think like anything Regency set is. I think Erica Ridley's series that she has right now, I think that's Regency set.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And
Erica Ridley, she's a good writer. She's a very good writer too.
Oh yeah. That series is delightful.
Oh my God.
The Winchesters, that's the family.
It's very delightful. I was like, oh, Miss Erica, honey. I was a little confused. I seen them two little girls in the front cover. I said, well, wait a minute, what's happening over here?
It's like that gif of Paul Rudd, that like
Yes,
the double take.
yes. Give you that. I thought that what's that quick 2-step look? You were like, oh, let me go check it out.
Yeah.
I love it. So okay, so you've been writing basically all your life. Like this is what you wanted to do. You was playing with the Barbie world as you was younger, writing about Ken cheating on Barbie. So how when did you know that you know writing was, when did you know that you wanted to be published or whatnot? You know, when you was like, you know what, I'm writing, let me just take the plunge, let me go out here and follow into this published world. And why romance?
I never wanted to write anything else. Honestly, I never did write anything else for a very, very, very long time. It was always romance, and I don't even know why. I think it's maybe just because it's such an exploration of people and like why we do what we do, and you know how we can all be like really flawed, but you know the love of a good person, you know, either makes you get over your shit, or or it's that person who finally like makes you want to be a better person. So I think it's just that emotional play is so important in romance.
It's the drama.
The drama, which is funny because in like my real life, I hate drama. So
yeah,
I think it just all gets funneled into writing.
I think though. So are you traditionally published, or did you start off indie? You're hybrid?
I am traditionally published.
So you
at
started
this
with Carina
time.
Press, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a women's hockey series with Carina Press.
Yeah. And now you with
And now
Alcove.
my book that just came out, It's a Fabulous Life, is with Alcove Press. I did excuse me. I apologize, by the way. I'm getting over some bronchitis here, so my apologies for
girl, you fun, honey. We drink, smoke, cuss, cough, everything over here. This
so
is
it's
the
all
safe
good.
zone, boo. You're good.
It's all good. I was part of the Happily Ever After collective last year. Well, season 1. They're in season 2 right now.
Yeah.
And so I actually excuse me, there was one. So I did a novella in that, and that was like mostly indie done. So it was like a really good way to dip my toe into the how to do
into
indie.
the indie world.
Yeah, I'm not. I think I probably will indie publish at some point for sure. So
I love it. How hard was it for you to get published?
How long do we have? Well, it's funny because I started like when to your question a bit earlier about like when I decided to sit down and actually write a book as an adult. I was in my early 20s, which if you do the math, that was in the 90s. So yeah, I know. I look very young.
Very. My math ain't mathing. Hold on.
I mean, we're not here for math anyways. So.
I got you, boo. But you look good. Let me just say that.
Thank you. I thank my genetics.
Okay, cool. I love it.
So I sat down to write my very long historical romance, and it, you know, at that time, it's funny because you know, indie publishing or self-publishing was not even a thing. It did not exist. So, you know, you mailed in your manuscript and then every day you'd check your mailbox like, oh no, because if there was a giant envelope in it, it meant your manuscript got rejected.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I wrote a lot of manuscripts before selling my first book. Some of them should have never been published. So I just want to thank publishing for not publishing those books. But yeah, I had some close calls. I had some really close calls. I had one where I was like halfway through the door. You know how like you get your foot in the door, and I was like, "Come on, please," and they were like, "No."
You may know. Sorry. No. Won't.
So yeah, so it took 20 years for me to sell my first book because I just got real stubborn there at the end and said, "This is my dream, and it's going to happen."
That's what's up. I listen. shit, kudos to you for that. Because so many
Yeah.
people give up when they just rejection after rejection. But you're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna keep writing, and of course, your writing evolved. Like
Oh, yes.
the more you was like, okay, let me just figure this thing out. So, but
Yeah.
why did you switch from historicals though? Do you ever think you're gonna go back to that?
Well, the funny thing, it was writing my first manuscript, the very long historical. It taught me that I had a contemporary voice, and that, like, my author voice did not lend itself well to, particularly back then. Historical romances, the language is very lush and
Yeah.
flowery, and I kept like trying to figure out what swear words they said back in the 1890s because I kept wanting my characters to swear.
They
And
said the rest. They said the regular ones like fuck. They didn't
Yeah.
say. They didn't use the GDs. I don't know.
They said
I
pretty
don't
much
know.
everything we do.
Yeah, everything.
Like there's a lot of them. I was like, because I remember Google did not exist then, so I had like books. It was like books about the Victorian times, and it was like, wow, they said pretty much everything. So yeah. So then when I started writing my second manuscript, like it just came so much easier.
Okay.
Like, okay, this is my voice. I do have a time travel series that I adore, which is actually out in submission right now. So please send it good vibes.
Good vibes. We'll send it good
Yeah.
vibes. We'll send it very good vibes. Very good
Yeah.
vibes.
And that's basically the only way I can write a historical now is from like a modern perspective.
Well, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's different,
Yeah. And that way it's like, I don't know what that boat's called. She doesn't know what that boat's called. So we'll just call it a boat.
We'll just call it a boat and call it a day. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
I love it. Hey, y'all. Hey, over in the chat, we're talking to Kelly Farmer, author of Queer Contemporary Romance. Down at the bottom, we have connected Kelly's her website. So yes, if you want to get in contact with Kelly and learn all about her, please check out her website. That is kellyfarmerauthor.com. Make sure you tell your friends, like, subscribe, and share. Now, Kelly, let's move on over into these old series and these old books of yours, girl, honey. I know you got a new release out, but you know us. Hold on. Before we get to the new release, we got to back up a little bit and tell the people about what's already out. Now, you're out on the Ice series. Let me just say now this, because I think this is when I first met you, or when I met you in Chicago a year ago, 2 years ago, this series was out. And we talked about it briefly. So I'm like, I don't read it because the girl with the purple hair, I love her.
Yes. The Megan Rapinoe lookalike on the cover of Out on the Ice.
I was like, she gonna make me kiss her. Like, I love her, right? Yeah. But it was Amazon's #1 bestseller in lesbian romance.
Yeah.
That is high. Cool. I was like, yo, this high. So congratulations on that. Now tell us a little bit about the Out on the Ice series. I know it's 3 books in the series. So kind of like, kind of hit and miss on each one.
Sure. So the first book in the series is called Out on the Ice.
Yeah.
Thus the name of the series.
Yes.
And that one has the Megan Rapinoe lookalike on the cover. It's basically the story of a retired pro women's hockey player who runs an all-female hockey school, and the other love interest. They're all sapphic romances. I should have mentioned that. They're all sapphic or women loving women romances set in the women's hockey world. So in the first one is Amy and Caro, and Amy comes to Caro's hockey school to help out just for the summer, and they think they're just going to have a nice little summer fling, but of course feelings. And Amy has to go back to Boston where she plays professional women's hockey.
That's where I'm at. Hey, come on, Amy.
Yeah. So they have to figure out long distance relationship and, and all that good stuff. And the second book in the series is called Unexpected Goals. And that is the enemies to lovers story, which is the rivalry between the dreaded Canadian U.S. women's national team and the dreaded U.S. women's national team.
Yes, right.
Oh, no, which if you know anything about hockey at all, you know that there's a very fierce rivalry between the American and Canadian women's hockey teams.
Right.
So in that book, Maisie and Jen are Maisie's Canadian goalie. Jen is an American hockey player who likes to score goals. and they are now
Bored already.
teammates. Yeah, they're now teammates on the pro women's hockey team, and they had a very, very public clash at the last Olympics prior to the book. So they, of course, have to learn how to play nice just to be teammates. But then, of course, feelings, because it's a romance. So you have to have the feelings.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's also a coming out story. So it's a personal favorite of mine.
Now, when you said coming out story, for those of people that's in the chat that don't know, could you explain that?
Absolutely. So in the book, when the book starts, Maisie just assumes that she's straight because that's kind of the default that people assume. But then she starts to develop feelings for Jen. And so the coming out of it is basically her realizing that she has feelings for another woman and what that means for her. And so she kind of goes on a journey for her sexual identity.
Loving it.
So yay.
You said what? Why is that a personal favorite of yours, though? Because I'm liking the purple hair lady.
Yeah, I love them all. It's like your children. You love them all for different reasons. I just really like that book. I think it's maybe because it's kind of like, it was my second book. It's the second one in the series. I feel like it gets overlooked a little. So I kind of call it my middle child, because it's like it's not the oldest and it's not the youngest. So I just think it's just a really lovely story about these two people who like really don't like each other, who find their common ground and find themselves to each other. And I think particularly Jen, in the story, she like really has to get over her shit.
Yeah.
And I've said this several times. It's embarrassing every time, though, that she's probably the closest to like real me character I've written.
Jen?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, I know. So excuse me. It's kind of fun to have that story where it's like, yeah, I do that. Yeah. As my mom read that one, she was like, "This sounds like you." And I was like, yeah.
Damn. Okay, so that's book number 2. What about book number 3?
So book number 3 is called Calling the Shots.
Yeah.
And that is rival head coaches in the pro women's league. And it is Reagan Lane, who would basically be like the women's hockey version of Megan Rapinoe.
No.
Like super popular and super outspoken.
Yeah.
And she and Tierney, the other main character, had a fling a long time ago when they were younger. And then Reagan ghosted Tierney. So Tierney's never actually like forgiven her for it.
I wouldn't either. You'll be ghosting me.
I mean, yeah. How dare you? So now that they're both coaches in the league again, they play each other quite frequently because, with a women's sports league with not a lot of teams, you play each other a lot.
Right.
So so they like get back into each other's worlds. And Reagan very much wants to get back into Tierney's world. Like
she want to get in Tierney's something, honey.
In Tierney's world.
Exactly. That's what they call it.
Literally and figuratively. And Tierney is like, no. So it's a lot of fun. It's, she's an ice queen and she's a single mom. So she's very much just like, I don't have time for your shenanigans. But of course, the dreaded feelings happen again.
The feelings.
Excuse me.
I love these old feelings. No, out on the Ice series, because like I said, this was your first series, and it came out with a bang. It was number 1 in Amazon, number 1 in Kobo, number 1 in all this stuff. How did it feel though when you finally got the book out, right? And everything started coming in, like all the reviews, and you're like, oh shit! Like, what was you thinking when you first made number 1?
That was the two separate things. The hitting number 1 on Amazon is funny because there's a lot of like benchmarks that honestly like are not my goals. Like and absolutely nothing wrong to have strong goals. Like I want to be a New York Times bestseller author.
Right.
I want to be a USA Today bestseller. it like just wasn't a thing that mattered that much to me. But then like when I saw whenever I see rankings and it's like, ooh, it could actually happen, then it becomes very important. All of a sudden, like, ooh, well, if it could happen, then I'm kind of here for it now.
I'm here for all of it.
Yeah.
I love it though. So even though, okay, Out on the Ice is about, it's a woman on woman romance or whatever. How hard was it for you to write this book?
For Out on the Ice?
Yeah.
It was very interesting. It was a very interesting experience because prior to that, sort of like Maisie in Unexpected Goals, I figured I was straight, and
The default. It's the default.
It's the default. I
Yeah.
had like no reason to think otherwise, and so I got the idea. I was inspired actually by the 2018 the Olympics gold medal game between Team USA and Team Canada. It like inspired me because I've been a hockey fan for a long time. It's like I want to write a story set in the women's hockey world, and then of course, like, well, a female romance like makes total sense because it happens all the time in real life.
Right.
And then I very quickly had that like, but is this my story to tell? Like, I'm straight. Should I write this? And so it actually kind of became like an art imitating life, imitating art situation where my characters went on their journey. And then I also went on my journey of like, well, maybe I'm not.
You say, oopsies.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it actually writing that book sort of like helped me understand that, hey, wait a minute, I'm bisexual. Woo!
Oh my God. So you amazing. All y'all came out at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much. It was
This is so
because the book, I sold the book, and like it was kind of like the book I didn't talk a lot about. It was kind of my secret project. So like I sold it, and then it was kind of this like, maybe I should tell people. like the book came out, and now maybe I will too.
Oh, nice though. Like what was the react? Well, it's like you said 2018, 2019. The world is the world. It is what it is. You love who you love, and ain't nothing wrong with it. But how did you know? Well, what did you think the reaction would be once you came out with your book? That's kind of neat though. The book, and that's hot. Okay, no.
I know, it's kind of fun. It was 2020 was because my book came out in 2020. So yeah, 2020 was a very strange year for so many reasons.
Oh yeah, COVID and yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the really good things was I'm very fortunate to be surrounded by loving, accepting friends and family and coworkers at that time. And like, I knew, excuse me, I knew that like it would be okay. I didn't have the worries that so many people have, unfortunately, like, oh, so-and-so might not, or my parents might not, and that was like the one thing that I knew it was going to be okay, but I was still really, really, really nervous to tell people, especially since like I was in my 40s. I'm still in my 40s, but like I was in my 40s when I figured all this out. So it was a bit like, oh, when did you realize all of that? But never too late to figure that stuff out.
It's never too late, and it's never too late to find love, do love, whatever. So, listen, kudos to you. So, and then the whole thing, though, I think is the journey. It's the discovery and the acceptance and being cool with everything.
Yeah, and it was it was very lovely, and everything. I realize I'm speaking from so much privilege of like it's been a very positive experience, and it like opened up my world to like a whole other exciting world. So
that's good though. And don't never be ashamed of be positive with your experience, having a positive experience. Everybody needs that. It's like, listen, I used to be like that too when my friends or something's going through. I'd be like, I didn't, I had I feel like an ingrate like a little bit because I was like, well, my experience was different. It was so good and everything was so safe, and I'm able to be and flourish, and just it's okay. Girl, please don't be loving it. It's wonderful. I be bragging about it. Like, girl, I ain't never had to go through all that, girl. This is the safest zone, baby. So Girl, so kudos to that for you. And I'm glad because even though the world is so supposedly, evolved and, woke or whatever, it's still some nasty MFers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
People
yeah.
still have their own opinion on what should be or whatever. So I'm glad that everything was, great for you, that it's still great for you, that you surround yourself with positive people, accepting people. And honey, if anybody have an issue with anything you got going on, fuck them. Girl, bye. Come play with us.
Exactly.
Exactly.
This is a fun little sandbox. Come play with it.
Yeah,
With
this is
us
the
in
fun
here.
sandbox, honey. This is the world of the misfit toys, and everybody's over here. We have a good time. We love everybody. We have a good time, honey. Now, speaking of good time, let's talk about your newest release.
Yes.
It's a fabulous life.
Wow.
Loving it. It's a fabulous life. Tell us about this book.
So it is a sapphic or women loving women retelling of It's a Wonderful Life.
I
I mean, hence the title.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah, and in my story, Bailey George, wink, wink.
Yeah.
She is a realtor in a small town who's super excited to finally get out and enjoy New York City at Christmas time. But of course, the town's Winter Wonderfest that she has been in charge of all these years, the person who has taken over for her has a medical emergency, so she has to stay in the small town again. But fortunately, Maria Hatcher, her high school crush, has just moved back to town, and she offers to help with Winter Wonderfest. So the romance starts blossoming. But of course, since It's a Wonderful Life retelling,
right,
we have every disaster you can imagine happens on the day of Winter Wonderfest. So enter Clara Angel of the House of Angel, who is a fabulous drag queen blessed with a little magic.
Yes, I love it, girl. Listen, let me tell you, I love me a good old drag, baby.
I know you do.
I love a good old drag. Okay.
Yes. So Clara then, of course, with her little magic, shows Bailey what the town would be like if she'd never been born there. Because drag queens are magical.
Yes, they are, baby. I'm talking about magical dragon, honey. It's a magical drag, baby.
Yeah. So they have their story also told like throughout the book as well. There's 3 queens of the House of Angel. And yeah, Midnight Ace is like, I'm wondering about the queens there. Yeah. They because everything's better with drag queens. So it's true.
You already know how I feel about it. Everything is better with a drag queen. I'm telling you, it is what it is. Sorry. Point period. Can't get away from it. It is what it is.
And since it's It's a Wonderful Life retelling, the wings that Clara is trying to get are the fabulous wings to wear in their splashy final number. So they're gorgeous wings.
They're gorgeous wings. And of course, it's available in trade paperback, ebook, and audiobook, like everything. Who did the audiobook for this?
Mia Hutchinson Shaw did most of the book, and then Pete Cross did the drag queen chapters.
Yes.
It's very good. I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've listened to pieces because it's really awkward to listen to your own audiobook. Like,
really?
It's kind of weird. Like, I had heard that from other authors, and but as I'm listening to it, I mean, they do an absolutely wonderful job, and I'm enjoying it. But it's also kind of like, how it's weird, like, and you kind of want to do like one of these, like, oh, that's my word. Yeah. It's so weird. It's like when people tell you they're reading your book, and they're like, I'm reading your book, and you're like, yay. Also, I'm scared.
Oh, because you're trying to make sure, like, okay, do they like it? Is there I'm reading a book or I'm reading a book? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of reaction is it? I would be like, well, what? But I would ask, so are you liking it? You're not liking it? Like, what you don't like about it?
Yeah, I've done that to certain people. I'm like, where are you? Oh, just you wait. Like, oh, it's going to be good.
It's a Fabulous Life. That's the newest release from Kelly Farmer. Now, Kelly, So Out on the Ice only had 3 books. It's a Fabulous Life. I mean, because it did take place when she went back to, you know what I'm saying, her old high school and all that good stuff. Will this be a series as well, or is this a one and done?
This actual book's a standalone.
Okay.
I may write another like Christmas movie retelling. That's one of the things that we're pitching actually right now to
Nice.
Alcove Press is a sapphic elf retelling
Nice.
because why not?
Why not?
Why
Christmas is
not?
right around the corner. Why not?
Yeah. So I thought it would be fun to do like a gender flipped elf
Oh
where
yeah.
it's instead of, slightly obnoxiously excited Buddy the elf is just somebody who's really, really like chipper and
Yeah.
sunny and like happy and excited about things. So
I
so
like it.
I may do another like Christmas movie retelling.
Okay. I like it. That's gonna be cute. All right, loving it. Make sure you go pick up It's a Fabulous Life, honey. It's the newest release from Miss Kelly Farmer. And while you're out there, go ahead on and pick up Out on the Ice. It's a cute little hockey thing. You know what? It makes me want to go and watch the hockey girls. I used to love Mia Hamm anyway. No, Mia Hamm is soccer.
The
Anyway,
soccer.
it makes me want to go. Right, same thing. It makes me
It's,
want to go and just be like, where are the women hockey players?
well, they excuse me.
Mhm.
So the professional women's hockey world, it's just kind of it's a very frustrating place to be, particularly if you're a fan. I certainly won't get into it, but there is a new league starting in January.
Hmm.
So if you are interested, the Professional Women's Hockey League is having their inaugural season. I believe it starts in January. So
No.
if the short answer is if you want to watch women's hockey, they it's going to be like some of the best players in definitely the US and Canada and some world players too, I believe. So,
Check that out. I know
yeah,
Boston is gonna have one because it's Boston.
because it's Boston. Well, there again, I don't want to get into the drama, but there have been other leagues in the past, and Boston's always had a team. And when this one was forming, there was talk about Boston maybe not having a team, and everyone was like, "No, it's Boston.
It's Boston.
Like it has to have a women's hockey team. That's just common sense."
That you know what, and when the league opens up, you got to come to Boston. We got to go to a game. And then I come to Chicago because Chicago has to have a league. I'll come to
Yeah,
Chicago. You
they
live in
don't
that.
yet.
Y'all don't
Chicago
have
doesn't
one
have a
yet.
team.
Y'all don't have
No,
a team.
no. It's
Okay,
yeah, yeah. It's mostly like well, they have some teams in Canada and some teams in the US, and they focused it a lot on the East Coast.
but in Chicago,
You know, as it grows, let's see if we get one here.
what the Black
Yeah.
Hawk is going on? Oh my
What
god,
the Blackhawk is going on.
it's crazy. Ugh. All right, girls.
Yeah.
Office moments. What's your most urgent priority for the rest of the year, both in the literary world and in your personal life?
Hmm. Urgent priority. I would love, 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 love my time travel book to sell. It has been on submission for some months, which is fine because these submission things can take time. But I would love for that to sell by the end of the year. That is
Okay.
like my my goals. I'd
Okay.
also, and I like to put this one out into the universe too. I would also love to sell the film rights for It's a Fabulous Life because it would just make the best holiday movie.
It really would. You should work on that.
It's a retelling of a movie. It was originally written for Hallmark Publishing
Yeah.
because they were originally going to publish it until they closed their doors. So basically, it's a movie in book form. So I'll put
I
that
love
up.
it.
Yeah, putting that one out, manifesting.
Okay, go put that out in the atmosphere. Let it manifest, honey. Let it manifest.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. Okay. And in your personal life?
My personal life. So I've been working. I'm in this like novelist mastermind thingy, and we all like have set our like goals for the mastermind, And mine is to become unshakably self-confident.
Okay.
Because I'm shakably self-confident right now. Like I'm pretty like I have my moments in my pockets of places where I'm like pretty confident,
Right.
but then there's the other little pockets and places where I'm not so much. So that is what I'm working on too. Is
Okay.
kind of like what
Good.
you're saying, like just not worrying about what other people think.
Girl, bye. I don't worry about nothing. I'd be like, what? Why are you still here?
See, I need to be more like that.
You hang with me more, I'm telling
I
you.
will. You know what?
I'll get you there.
I'm gonna have Shay Baby's boot camp.
Listen, we need to have it be full of shenanigans.
I would go.
Well,
I will get in my car right now.
I'm telling you, I'm
Get over
hooked
there.
that up. I'm hooked that up for real. I'm telling you, I'm hooked that up for real. Connie, checking in. Yeah, good evening, Miss Rom-Com Diva. Hey, y'all. Hey, they absolutely love it. I'm telling you, he's gonna love this. Okay, off this moment, Kelly.
I'm ready.
In being a novelist, what did you learn a little too late?
A lot of things. I learned a little too late. I think, I had been submitting manuscripts for so many years before I got published, and that was like a good thing in some ways, but the sort of drawback was I didn't have a very strong brand, like coming out with my first book, and because the first book I sold that ended up being a female romance. It was the first female romance I'd ever written. So I feel like I floundered a bit to sort of really hone my brand and my specific, message of, oh, this is what I write, and these are my colors. And so I think it took me kind of, I sort of did it, instead of having the good brand and having the book sell, it was kind of like, I sold the book. Oh, now I have to figure all that stuff out and
work out the brand and stuff.
Yeah. So I definitely wish I had been a little more ready with my brand.
But I mean, you still got time. Because people rebrand all the time. We're going through a rebranding right now with Brown Book Series. Just feel like rebranding.
Yeah. So
I'd
be ready for it if it happens in the future.
It's gonna happen in the future. I'm telling you, everything is gonna be good. You gotta get ready for this new movie, honey. It's a Fabulous Life, so we're gonna need everything on point.
All right,
because it's gonna happen. So we need everything on point. All right, author's moments. If you could have tea with one fictional character of yours, who would it be and why?
Oh, a character of mine.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm looking at my Out on the Ice books. Like, which one of you?
You know who I want to talk to.
I think that I would have some iced green tea with Regan Lane from Calling the Shots.
Yeah.
Like I said, she's extremely brash and outspoken. She was a lot of fun to write because she just said what was on her mind. And there was just like, oh, okay, we're going to say that. And so like she was a hoot to write. I think she would have fantastic stories to tell. So yeah, I would kind of want to just hang out with her. It would be a good time.
Okay. All right, cool. I love it. Author's moments. If you could sit down with your 15-year-old self, what would you tell her?
Oh, I'd shake her shoulders. So I've answered this question before, and the first thing that always pops into my head is chill out.
Yeah.
You are very tightly wound, and everything that happens right now will not dictate the rest of your life. Like you don't need to know everything right now. I think the other thing I would definitely tell myself to chill out, but I think I would also say like all those dreams that you have, go after them. Do not let anyone stop you. Because I had a lot of dreams that, for whatever various reasons I didn't pursue. And I really wish I wish I'd had Shay Baby's boot camp and just had not listened to the naysayers.
The dream snatchers. That's what we call them, dream snatchers.
Yeah. So I would say like just keep the blinders on and the nose to the grindstone.
Okay, I love it. I'm trying to tell you, honey, because them dream snatchers, honey, they are haters.
Yeah.
Author's moments. Kelly, what would your pen name be?
There's a joke in my family. It stems from like when I was a kid, they did this thing which like in retrospect is really weird, but like we at my school they did this thing where it was like, at Thanksgiving time you'd learn about the pilgrims and everyone got like a pilgrim name and it was like but these are like real pilgrims and mine was Ellen Billington. And so, for whatever reason, like all these years later, my family, we've always joked like about, oh, Ellen Billington, that would be a really good pen name or like a stage name.
That
Like,
would be a nice pen name, though.
yeah, if I go back to the historicals, it would be, or like a stage actor, like Ellen
Well, that could be a
Billington
drag
starring
name.
in. Yes, that that would be a terrible drag name.
No,
But
Billington. The last name Billington is hot.
the last name, maybe we'll get rid of Ellen. Like, I it'd have to be something like Ivana Billington or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
More drag.
More drag. I like that. All right, Miss Billington, honey. You okay? I love it. Let's see here, author's moments, Kelly. If you could master any instrument on earth, what would it be?
I think it would have to be piano.
Okay.
I can play the piano, like I can read notes and play the piano, but I'm not good. And I would just love to be one of those like savants who just sits down and starts playing the piano.
But you're good though if you can read the notes, because a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, like I took piano lessons as a kid and I did choir in school. So like I can read music.
Yeah.
But
I'll be like, I don't want to do this. Author's moments. What's something you try really hard to like, but just couldn't? Like I tried it.
I'll say wine.
What?
I know. You're like, it's one of those things. I just don't like the way it tastes. And I've tried different kinds.
You tried the white and the red?
And like all colors in between. And I just
and the sweet and the dry and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly. Oh, we're gonna have to break up after this.
I know, and I'm Italian. It's like I don't know how it's possible, but
now if you say you don't like pasta, we're just not gonna be friends.
Oh no, I like pasta. We're good. We're good on the pasta.
We're good on the pasta. It's just the wine. Me, you can have problems. I'll have your wine when we go out then.
That's the thing. I'm giving that to you so that
I appreciate that. See?
If there's a bottle on the table, it's yours.
Hey everybody, Kelly wants wine for like birthdays and Christmases and stuff like that. Make sure you give Kelly and make it. She liked the red wine. She liked the Cabernets and Pinot Noirs and all that. Just honey, they tripping on you in the chat. They said,
I know.
I'm sorry. What in the world?
I know. But the question is something you tried that you tried to like it. I've tried.
She tried, y'all. She done got drunk in the
tried.
She tried to like it, but she just couldn't. So y'all, everybody, I'm telling you, birthdays, Christmases, all that stuff. Kelly Foreman wants wine, and she gonna give them to me.
Yes, so. Please send care of Brown Book Series.
Yes, attention, Shay Baby.
Yes,
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see here. What's one mistake you keep repeating?
Well, I'm single, so I'm clearly making certain mistakes I keep repeating. Oh, yeah. That's what popped into my head.
I keep repeating the same thing.
Wow. Here's one. I have the worst sense of direction. Like I've lived in the general area I've lived in like my whole life. I have such terrible like sense of direction and like that kind of thing. I will get people so lost because I'm like sure in my head. And it's the thing, like, I know better than to be like, no, I'm sure. You just pass that car dealership and it's right there. Yeah. And then it's like, Oh, no, it wasn't. It's like 5 blocks past that. And it's one of those things where you go like, I know better, but no, I'm always convinced I know where stuff is.
Need you to get better. So we
Mm.
the GPS will always be on when we're riding with you. Just know that,
Yes.
okay? Yeah.
I mean, Google Maps was invented for me because I get lost. I mean, I get lost in the neighborhood I grew up in. It's
What?
but in my defense though, like I don't know the street names. It's just the streets. You know, the one where the so and so family lives, and the
Look,
one with the dogs, and
you be giving landmarks, Kelly. You don't give street names. You be
but I
like,
don't know
go
what
to where you see.
I don't know where they are. I don't know. It's like turn at the McDonald's.
Listen, that works though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You be looking for the McDonald's.
Yep.
That is because I absolutely love it. Dead or alive. If you were hosting a dinner party and could invite 5 people from any era, who would it be?
Okay, I knew this question was coming, so I thought ahead and wrote them down.
Okay.
So that I wouldn't be like, what are people?
What direction do they go? No, just
So top of my list, Cher.
because
Cher.
it's Cher.
I mean,
I was in Vegas. I should have went to see Cher.
they should have structured the event like around like, and here's
Well,
3 hours to go see Cher's show.
I should have. You know what? I chose to go see Earth, Wind, and Fire instead, but I really should have just want to go. I'm gonna go back just to see Cher. I'm going back to see Cher.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Or you could come to my dinner party.
Well,
and Cher will be there.
Okay, cool. I'm with that too.
Yeah. Okay. So Cher. For fairly obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Also David Bowie.
Oh.
For similarly, I mean, like, because it's David Bowie. Like,
yeah.
Just, I think that he would be very interesting. Like, just a very interesting person to.
Yeah, he would be.
Like, you don't know what's going to happen. You got David Bowie and you have Cher. And then I came up with Hedy Lamarr, who was she was a famous Hollywood actress, but she also was an inventor and like has several patents and stuff. And she is credited with creating the technology that would eventually become Wi-Fi.
What?
Yeah. She is super, super interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look her up. Cool.
Yeah. Hedy Lamarr with 2 R's. But yeah, it's just one of those people who was an absolute like bombshell, gorgeous Hollywood actress who was also a genius.
Beauty and smart.
Yeah, she was the total package. So yeah, pretty cool there. I also would invite Marsha P. Johnson, who, for those of you who don't know, she is truly, truly a pioneer and founder of the transgender movement.
Yeah.
And she, her death was kind of suspicious and has never been solved. Basically, they've never come to like a conclusion as to if she was murdered or or natural causes kind of thing. So I would love to chat with Marsha, and I want to solve her murder like really badly.
Have they even said anything? I haven't heard anything. Like not even you know how some stories would get retold, kind of like shine a light back on it. I haven't heard anything.
There is a documentary called The Death and Life of Marsha P. Johnson.
Well, I see that, but
like and so there's there are certain people, particularly this one woman who's, I apologize, her name escapes me, but there is somebody who is like still trying to, keep the investigation going and find out what happened. So, so hopefully someday that will be solved. So, so Marsha can have peace, basically.
Yes.
She absolutely deserves it.
Like, what happened to her?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we got Cher, we got David Bowie. If David brings his wife, it's a real good time.
Oh, yeah.
We have Miss Lamarr, and we got Marsha P. Who we got next?
And I would also invite Brandi Carlile.
Okay.
For purely selfish reasons. I just want to hang out with Brandi Carlile and talk about music and and fashion. I like her suits. Her suit game is very on point
It
these
is.
days.
Yeah. Nice. That's a nice little dinner party there, ma'am.
I think there'd be a lot of music. I feel like there'd be a lot of singing and music around a piano. So,
Okay.
and you'll be there.
I'll be there, honey.
Yes.
Me and Sarah be like, I want to talk to Shay. I want to ask her, girl, how you really feel about Sunny, honey? Why y'all really broke up? Like, what was really going on?
What's the real story?
What's the real story? Because she seemed so heartbroken at his funeral. Like, share, girl, you love Sunny. Like, come on, it takes two, baby. What's going on? Yeah. So, what the really feel? Kelly, they still talking about you and this wine, honey. What? Mama told me.
All right. Woo. It's like but no, Shay, that's all the more wine for you.
Well, I'm with it. You're right about it. I'm with it. Because I need all the wine in my life. I need all the wine in my life. Kelly, this has brought us to the end of my interview. We got one question left. Time went by fast.
I know it did.
Oh my God. I gotta start getting my life together. I'm like, dang, is already time to go? So we have one question left, but before we ask the last question, tell everybody all things Kelly Farmer. Where can they go and pick up your new novel? It's a Fabulous Life. Where can they check out your social media handles and everything? Just all things Kelly.
All the things. Actually, the best thing to do for all things Kelly, if you do visit my website, which is scrolling beneath me right now, I feel like I'm on an infomercial. And if you call in the next 10 minutes,
$4.99 a month. No, just
yeah. And we'll double your order. So my website is kellyfarmerauthor.com. There are links to my socials there. You can sign up for my author newsletter that I send out about once a month. There are buy links for all of my books. So it's kind of one-stop shopping. And if you want to just go straight to the socials, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as Kelly Farmer Author. Except on Twitter, it's Auth, AUTH, because I couldn't have two more characters. But yeah, so basically, Kelly Farmer Author is the website and the socials.
I absolutely love it. Kelly Farmer Author. But yeah, just go check out her website, kellyfarmerauthor.com, and you'll get all the information that you need. Okay, Kelly, are you ready for the last question of the day?
I'm so ready.
OMG. If you were writing a book about your life, what would the title be?
That was unexpected.
You weren't ready.
Yeah, that's the title.
Are you serious?
That's the title. That was unexpected.
Oh, you weren't ready? That was unexpected.
Or I would also go with that was random. Something like, or like plot twist, like some. There's just been a lot of like, I wasn't expecting that plot twist. So,
wait, they so funny. Somebody don't forget, you just pay shipping and handling.
That's right. That's right.
I absolutely love it. That was unexpected. Okay, I love it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Miss Kelly Farmer.
Yay! I'll plug my.
Yes, make sure you go
plug my book one more time. Because I love this cover.
You're going to pick up It's a Fabulous Life of it. Because it is a fabulous life, honey. When the drag queen, honey, when she comes on, that's going to be wonderful. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Go pick this book up. Go get it for a friend, honey. And then it's a good time holiday book as well. So, pick it up. Everything will be easy with you. And if you've not picked up your tickets for Raw, please go. Now, you do not want to miss Raw. Raw is an experience you do not want to miss. I'm trying to tell you now, if you missed last year, you missed a treat. But if you miss next year, you're going to be mad at yourself because we're cutting the limits off. After next year, after that, we're cutting the limits. It's going to be it. It's going to be a solid 300, and we're not going to open the doors to nobody else. And you're going to be like, what the hell happened? I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
You should have listened to Shay.
Hey, you got to get your ticket. We're going to see if we can get Miss Kelly in the building. Make sure come on down to the VA and hang out with us. Because Virginia is for lovers, girl. Honey, you can get you a boyfriend and a girlfriend, girl, at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? Get you a cute little couple. You be good to go. You want to watch. That's all. You guys, we will see you all next week. Go to the website, brownbookseries.com, to make sure you check out who's going to come in. Man, the month of November is fabulous. Lexi Blake will be there. It's like a whole bunch of people. So go to the website, brownbookseries.com, and check it out. And make sure you go pick up Kelly Farmer's latest novel, It's a Fabulous Life. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all know what's up. Stay safe, but most of all, stay positive. What's on, Kelly, from me?
Open up your brown book.